Welcome friends. In both of our previous tutorials, we have learned how we can perform SQL injection and login into system where we don't know the password actually. In this tutorial, I'll teach you how to prevent from such SQL injections. For that, let's take a look at our login script. As I said before, to understand this tutorial completely, you should have the knowledge of PHP. If you don't know PHP, you can check our tutorial on PHP, and so you will have the complete knowledge about what is going on here. So let me tell you, this statement connects to our database. This statement selects the database. Then this part is responsible for checking whether the username and password entered are correct or incorrect. This is our input of username and this is our input of password. We are assigning this value to uname variable and we are assigning the password value to pass variable, and this is our SQL query. It is select count uname from users, which is our table name, where uname is equal to this variable uname and password is equal to this variable password. That means it checks whether our given username and password exists in database, and if it exists, this query will count the occurrence of our given criteria. Now we are firing this query and we are fetching this result. Now let's come here. If the result is 0, that means there is 0 rows that contains the same username and password. It says invalid login. And if there are more than 0 rows, that means one or more rows that contains the same username and password, then it will return correct login. And as I said, this query debug is for the debug purpose of our SQL statement. So this is the internal mechanism of our login script. So what is exactly happening when someone tries to inject SQL? It is taking this whole part as comment and SQL is not processing this part. That means if you have the correct username, you can log in. So how we can prevent from this is we can restrict user from entering such control characters, and doing this is very easy. We can restrict users for entering such control characters by a very useful command of our MySQL library in PHP, which is MySQL escape string. And what it does is it actually escape all the control characters from the string. So it prevent our SQL query to be injected by someone else. Save this and let's reload this. It asks us to repeat that action and we click on resend. And as you can see, it says invalid login. To debug our SQL statement, let's have a look. Query till here seems to be okay, but this backward slash is being entered automatically by our command, which was MySQL escape string, It is actually a method which escapes the strings from our MySQL query. So it checks character sets of our database and it removes all the control characters from the query. So our given input is this because it neglect this quote by this backward slash and hence we are saved. So remember, to prevent from SQL injection, we can simply use a very useful method which is MySQL escape string. If you are working with any other language than PHP, you can also use same kind of logic to save your script. Thank you.